Taking a look now at our headlines abroad, where far-left ideas suffer their biggest defeat in years in the UK's snap general election, paving the way for a clean Brexit deal and better British-American ties. Here's One America's Kristian Rouz.
A collapse of Britain's Red Wall dominates headlines Thursday as early results point to Prime Minister Boris Johnson's landslide victory in a snap general election. A joint exit poll by ITV, Sky and BBC shows a clear majority of at least 368 seats carried by Johnson's Conservative Party, leaving Labour oppositions far behind with just 191 seats. This marks the first landslide victory for the Tories since the 1983 triumph of then Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher.
What's clearly come through, I think, these results, is that this was the Brexit election. We were hoping a wider range of issues would cut through and have a debate. I don't think that's been the case.
As the vote count continues throughout the night and into Friday morning, pro-Brexit campaigners and Conservative voters are celebrating their victory. The main intrigue of the race has been the performance of Nigel Farage's Brexit Party, which targeted specifically the Labour-held constituencies in its push to deliver on the 2016 referendum.
Because what you're going to see tonight are dozens of seats that the Conservatives are either going to win or come very close, where they wouldn't have got close to it if we weren't there taking thousands of votes. Now, if you ask me, would I like to have won a few seats? Yes, of course. No.
For his part, Boris Johnson says each Conservative vote in this election dealt a blow to the radical left agenda of mass migration and globalization, ravaging the British Isles for years. His landslide win reflects the voters' rejection of Labour's anti-Semitism, support for Islamic terror group Hamas, and pandering to the EU. Meanwhile, a sustainable Conservative majority in Westminster paves way for a British-American trade deal and better bilateral ties going forward. Something that Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has opposed.
I know nothing about the gentleman. Really, Jeremy Corbyn, know nothing about it. I think Boris is very capable, and I think he'll do a good job.
Political analysts say Prime Minister Johnson will now be able to pass the Brexit deal in Parliament, even if some Tories still oppose the accord. And despite the Labour's claims, Boris is increasingly focused on his post-Brexit agenda. This includes an immigration reform to increase high-skilled arrivals, a healthcare reform to improve NHS services, and a boost to Britain's military budget and foreign influence.
As Boris has said, get Brexit done and move on with the rest of the agenda, and I think that's something incredible.
The election's results sparked a mix of disappointment and relief across the English Channel, ending the uncertainty in British-EU relations, but also crushing the bloc's last hopes to keep Britain in. Meanwhile, the UK may be bracing for major changes in its party system amid an ongoing rise of Farage's Brexit Party.
But I killed the Liberal Democrats and I've hurt the Labour Party.
But that wasn't your purpose.
The purpose, my purpose, was to try to get the right kind of Brexit.
It remains unclear if the Brexit Party maintains its relevance after Johnson finally delivers the divorce in few weeks. Some say differences between Johnson and Farage regarding future US ties may define the coming new era in UK politics. Kristian, Rouz, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.